from Augusta. You're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Good evening, I'm Hallie Turner. You're taking a live look at former President. You can find more information on your polling locations, sample ballots, and more at Wrdw.com. And if you still need a ride to the polls, Augusta Transit is providing free rides on Election Day. You can also get a ride that day to the doctor's office, or if you need to go to the grocery store to do some shopping. To do this, you must reserve a ride no later than Monday by 5 o'clock. All you have to do is call the number at the bottom of the screen. And Emily, there is a storm brewing in the Gulf Coast. The daylight savings time has ended. We've fallen back with our clock, so we kind of saw it was a little bit cooler outside today.
Yeah, it definitely is a little bit cooler today. We only saw high temperatures reach those lower 70s for us, so really feeling comfortable as we go into our evening. We're now in the 60s as the sun is getting close to set, or I'm actually kind of looking out. It has already set. I forgot that it was at 5:33. That was the sunset. Haven't, I guess, really been around windows in a little bit, so didn't know. Man, you don't want to see that, but hey, once we get to February, that's when we'll be back in the 6 p.m. sunset, so we just got a little while to go. Want to look at those wind gust speeds, and we're not having a whole lot of readings here, but hey, wind gusts are going to be anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour overnight tonight and throughout the day tomorrow for us. Tomorrow not looking too bad. We could still see a chance of rain periodically throughout the day, but it's not going to be much, and we shouldn't accumulate a whole lot either, so just some light showers here and there. We'll warm up into those lower 70s again, so another cooler day for us to start off our work week. Once we get into Tuesday, another chance of rain possible for us, and then that's really going to continue throughout the majority of our work week. Small chance of rain, but a chance of rain that I think that we will take after that dry October, Hallie.
Thanks, Emily. The Saluda County Coroner's Office says one man died this morning after a crash near the intersection of Neighbors Road and Old Charleston Road in Ward, South Carolina. The coroner identified the driver as 20-year-old Jeffrey Cook Jr. from Aiken. They say his truck hit a ditch embankment, but the South Carolina Highway Patrol and the coroner's office are investigating. And the Richmond County Coroner's Office says a 71-year-old died on Friday, 1 month after an accident on Mike Paget Highway and Finzi Road. Coroner Mark Bowen identified the man as Johnny Humphrey from Augusta. Officials say he died at the hospital after the accident involving a moped and a vehicle back on October 1st. And FEMA is opening up an additional disaster recovery center in Emmanuel County to help Georgians after Hurricane Helene. The center at the Southeastern Technical College Special Programs Building will be open during the week, including Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 7 at night and on Sundays from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. As of right now, there is no closing date. So again, if you need help, you can go over to Emmanuel County and they will have a center open for you starting tomorrow. And for South Carolinians, a FEMA Disaster Recovery Center is opening at the Bamberg County Library on Tuesday. Here you can get help with FEMA applications and any questions you may have about the application process. The center opens Tuesday at 8 a.m. and will stay open until Monday, November 11th. And here's one last reminder for those of you right here in Richmond County. The FEMA station that has been open for the last several weeks at the hub is also still open. We don't have a closing date for that yet.
Well, the sun has set and temperatures are dropping. We're sitting in the 60s now, and we'll continue to drop overnight tonight. A small chance of showers for your Monday. I'll check on your full forecast coming up.
Open your eyes big.
Time to join the Morning Mix Mug Club, sponsored by All Weather Heating and Cooling.
Head to WRDW.com/morningmix to win a Morning Mix mug.
And catch the mix Wednesday and Friday mornings to see if you're a winner. Enter today.
All right, Em, we let those clocks fall back an hour last night. I'm still kind of tired today. I got up, went to church this morning, and look, it was nice outside. It was a little bit cloudy, a lot cooler, so with the new time change, may have come some new weather. Do we think this cold front will stick around?
It will for a couple days. You know how it is here. It's not going to stick around forever, but 68 current temperature right now. Feels like 68. Those dew points pretty low in the 40s, so that's making it feel like fall outdoors for us. We're seeing the winds come from the east-northeast at about 5 miles per hour there, but overall a pretty decent evening for us. And again, we're seeing dry, some low-level clouds there for us, but overall not causing any rainfall. That won't come come into play until tomorrow. Here's around 6 a.m. Maybe give yourself a couple extra minutes out there on the roadways in the morning, just in case you do get caught in a quick shower there. That will continue throughout the day, but again, most of the day will be dry, but we will still see that chance of rain throughout the day for us. And it's not going to be all day long, like I said, but just know there is going to be that chance. So you might want to have your rain gear with you as you head out the door tomorrow. Same can be said for Election Day, starting off a little bit wet for us, but I don't think it'll hang around too long. So that's definitely some good news. Start of the day, again, a little bit wet, but then by the time we get to the evening, things are looking a little bit better. Once we get into Wednesday, that's going to be another chance of rainfall for us. So we're going to have to keep track of this. If you remember yesterday, I was showing you this model, and I was saying roughly an inch, maybe an inch and a half. Now we've upped that to about 2, maybe even 3 inches over the next 7 days, because we are expecting to see rain throughout the next 7 days, just light rain. So again, that's going to total to about 2, maybe 3 inches there. I want to take your attention to the tropics for us. We do have a chance of some tropical development in the Caribbean. If that does form, which it's very likely it will continue to track northward and eventually move into the Gulf of Mexico, and that's where we could see some organization to it, and we could also start to see exactly where that storm will turn. So as of right now, it's just something that we're keeping an eye on, not really anything that anybody needs to panic about. And there's also another area of concern just a little bit north of there, but again, small chance that that will actually organize into something there. So over the next couple of days, we'll keep an eye on the Caribbean and see if it ends up moving into the Gulf of Mexico, which is forecasted to do, and then from there we'll take it and we'll figure out exactly where the track is and what preparations we need to make, if any. Want to look at the next 7 days for us. It's going to be a chance of showers each day, so have that rain gear with you as we go throughout the work week. Just know it's not going to be a total washout. It's going to be on the more cloudy side, though, for this week. It's definitely going to start to feel like fall and winter for you could say winter in the southeast, we'll say that. Just with the cloudy sky conditions, earlier sunset, it's really going to feel like that, especially this week. We'll see high temperatures in the upper 70s, maybe low 80s for your election day. Once we get into next weekend, we'll kind of drop off a little bit into those middle 70s, Hallie.
We hear a lot about mental health and taking care of ourselves, and now there's another way to do it. Alexandra Adams has a look at a new place in Nashville helping people find a way to heal.
And then you get to choose your paint colors.
This is Jackie Lorian Long, and this is her space, TheraPaint. But it wasn't always this aesthetically pleasing.
It quickly grew out of the garage.
An idea Jackie says came to her in 2018.
This idea was born from a series of traumatic events and needing a different kind of release.
That release, throwing paint at a wall. Jackie says it was when she started opening her healing space to friends that she knew it was something others needed.
We knew that if we ever found the right space for it, that it would be something that we might be able to bring to, a larger audience.
Just a few years later, she found that space on Music Row. The space offers a Zen room and 4 throwing rooms to release your feelings for 45 minutes.
We invite all of our clients to focus on whatever it is that isn't serving them, whatever energy feels blocked, whatever is causing them any anguish, and to really focus on that feeling and then dip your paintbrush into the paint and just throw it at the wall.
It was the outlet Kristen Ward says she needed just months ago.
In May, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Kristen chose her paint, suited up, and threw out all of her feelings before her double mastectomy.
I cried, I laughed. We don't live in a world where it's okay to make a mess. And it was okay to make a mess. It gave me a sense of empowerment, control over something that I have or had no control over.
And there's recently been a milestone in Kristen's life.
It's not lost on me that it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I know. Yeah.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. Friday, is my last radiation treatment. So, this week's been emotional for me. But I'm really happy and excited to be done.
Kristen's thrown twice now and says each canvas is full of colors, expressing a multitude of feelings, some of joy and sorrow. But in the end, it comes together to create a unique masterpiece that tells a story.
Seeing people embrace it and love it and also benefit from it, it feels like I'm truly walking in my purpose.
Well, with the general election just around the corner, we have some advice on dealing with electsomnia just after the break.
This is not you.
It's not me.
Details into RSVP, visit AugustaArts.com.
The most awarded newscast in the Southeast is on your side 1 hour earlier, with more ways to be there for you.
Anytime you need us with the latest news
Never miss a first alert.
and all of your favorite sports.
Getting you caught up with all the headlines from today and everything you need for a head start tomorrow.
WRDW News 12 is now at 10 p.m. on My 12. On air, online, on your side.
Restaurants using fungus to create new dishes out of food waste. I don't know about this, but Maya Eaglin visits one high-end restaurant doing just that.
Blue Hill Restaurant at Stone Barns is famous for its innovative cuisine, wealthy clientele, and now fungus grown on food waste.
If I saw this for the first time, I would not think this is food.
This is a fungus that is most common in Indonesia. It is used to produce a food called oncom. You grow the fungus on different forms of food waste. Everything from stale bread to leftover rice from our staff meal.
When you say leftover rice, is that coming off of someone's plate, or is that leftover in the pot?
It is leftover in the pot.
The fungus grows in about 2 days,
So this is essentially oat bran.
leveling up the nutritional value of foods like this rice bread.
There's a final product in here.
Yeah, so this is the incubator where everything is basically growing over the course of the 2 days it takes. And this allows us to control the temperature and the humidity so that it's the perfect growing conditions for the fungus.
You can eat it raw, but the chefs here serve it pan-fried with a dash of salt. But the most important question, how does it taste?
It doesn't taste bad, but it's definitely interesting. I think seeing it before, that has like kind of like a whoa factor to it, but it tastes fine.
No, I mean, this is very familiar to me. This looks like cheesy toast.
So why even eat this fungus in the first place when cheesy toast is an option? In the US, we throw out nearly 40% of our food supply every single year. That contributes to increased greenhouse gas emissions, higher risk of compromising our water supplies, and major economic losses.
So there's a lot of different things that this fungus can grow on.
Blue Hill partnered with neurospore expert Dr. Vayu Hilmaini to develop this process.
We found is that it can grow on many other types of waste substrates. You know, cashew milk waste, oat milk waste, fruit and vegetable, juice waste. The other thing that we found is that the fungus is safe. It doesn't produce any toxins. And then finally, we did some sensory trials. We tested this fungus with people in Denmark who found it quite delicious and quite appealing. So we sort of checked the boxes of it grows so many different things, it's tasty and it's safe.
I have to ask you about the ick factor here. How do you get people over the mental hump of being open to trying something like this?
So our job as chefs is to take that unfamiliar and make it familiar. I think the first step in doing that is it has to be delicious, and that's what we're working on. So our criteria, our bar is this something that you want another bite of?
Still, the cost to try these creations at this fine dining restaurant could be out of reach for the average American.
Price point though, what are we talking about?
We're thinking of doing something in the cafeteria that you could come in and just buy in the form of bread. So that might be $5. And then if you had a meal here, you're looking at a couple $100.
I think the point of this work is to be able to spread these ideas, not necessarily scale them. That, for us, is incredibly important. How can the things that we make in this lab be delicious so that people actually want to go out of their way to purchase them?
Bettering our food systems and the environment, one brave bite at a time. Maya Eaglin, NBC News.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you could see Emily's face, that would be exactly how I'm feeling. I got a major ick. That is disgusting. When I was reading about it, I have full body chills. That That is absolutely nasty. Sorry.
Yeah, not for me. I'm like really crazy about my food, and I could never. It's just not for me. Want to take a look at this forecast one last time? I know, I had to cut it off real quick. Hey, we're gonna see some rain this week. That's what I got for you, Hallie.
Awesome. We'll catch you right back here on News 12 at 11 o'clock.
Spend your